I mean, Buffalo people are crazy to begin with.
It's the drunkest fan base. Like we talked about how popular the team is. That's all there is. Like it's not all there is to do in Buffalo, but it is a religion there. So it just became like you went to the games and just got totally fucked up. And the fun part about going to the games was like maybe lighting yourself on fire and then jumping through a table.
Yeah.
Type wrestling move shit. Like, and it's fun. It was fun. It was good. When I was a kid, I saw a grown man throw a foot-long sub at a 9-year-old kid's head because he had a Tom Brady jersey on. That's fun.
I agree.
Dude, that's a good time.
I agree.
He knocked the kid out. It was my dad.
So, this is bad. Some of this is bad. Some of this is bad. Some of this is
To drag out horse.
No. You're gonna think Corey's hot. Come on over and meet my friend. And I was like, oh hi, I'm Dylan. And then immediately I was just like, oh, he's got those northeast fucking miserable eyes. You know what I mean? Just like a darkness within that's like, like family issues. You can just tell. And I was like, I love that.
I also hate it when somebody's like, hey, I have this hot friend that you should meet, and then it's like getting a present.
Yeah, no, like,
and then open it in front of me, and then I have to like pretend that I love the present.
I love the present. I love the present.
Anyway, hey, I wasn't offered that present.
Right, but you know what's funny is Matt. Did Matt ever tell you what he told me?
No.
He came up with me. He's like, you got to meet Dylan Carlino. He's really funny. He's like, I just told him you're super gay and like you're gonna fucking be. You know, I was like, oh, thanks. Yeah.
So did you put on? Or did you immediately go, hey, I'm straight?
I mean, I'm trying to meet people. I'm fucking hanging out, dude. I'm not ignorant.
And who's your favorite gay person in Austin?
Are you? Oh, I know what you're doing. All right. Favorite gay person in Austin? I would have to say probably Mike Eaton. I would say he's probably one of my favorites.
Actually, I like that answer.
Yeah.
I don't hate that answer.
No, I haven't met. I mean, you guys have been great, and every time we've hung out and talked, it's been wonderful. But I haven't met I feel like a ton of people yet. I'm still new.
You know, I've been here for 2 years, and I'm like, where are the gay people?
They're
not at the comedy clubs.
No.
You know?
It's funny because in Nashville, when I said I was moving to Austin, a lot of friends that I have that are gay are like, Austin's a big gay scene. It's huge. It's big.
But it's separate.
Yeah.
They're not
from comedy, you mean?
No, from comedy and really Austin. Like they have like their own community and they don't really blend with others.
Interesting.
Is that true?
I think so.
I think just from my own personal experience, I don't know where they are.
I can't find them.
Yeah.
I can't find any.
But I do know. But I know they
exist. The gym with me?
Yeah.
What gym do you go to?
I go to just all the Golds.
Okay.
So I have like the pass.
The Golds are huge for the gay community.
Yeah. And life. I think all of the gyms.
Do you get hit on at the gyms?
Not at the gym, no.
That's
where?
Cool.
Just I don't know. It's really like not a consistent thing that I would say I know when it's gonna happen or anything like that.
I meant by men.
Oh, by men. Yeah, I mean in general, it's been random as fuck. Like sometimes it'll be at a place that I'm performing. Sometimes it'll be
in a podcast.
With 2 other men. Fuck yeah, dude.
Let me just have a fun story. When I met you, I was enthralled. I felt weird in my pants.
That's not what I said. Oh my god. Wait, did you play football in high school?
I did.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how did you get on the Bills?
I just walked up there and I was like, hey guys, I think I'd be good.
And they were like, as what?
And they're like, yeah, let's go. Get out here, dude. I played college football in Buffalo as well.
Right.
Oh,
so what position did you play?
I played fullback.
Okay.
Yeah.
Honey, that's what I play.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't really know what that means.
Right.
I know.
But you played rugby.
Right, and I know what that means.
Yeah.
It's not the same.
It's totally different. Yeah, we just ripped. America just ripped off that game and just.
Okay.
They're so disappointed because I lived in England and I played rugby there after football, and they're so just disappointed with.
How long did you live in England?
Football. I lived in England for 6 months.
Oh wow!
I remember when
you played professionally.
I was starting to like kind of work my way up the ranks, but it's a totally different sport. I was like an idiot. You know?
Yeah. You're gonna fucking hurt yourself the way you tackle.
I did. I blew my shoulder out. Like the first match.
Yeah. Whenever we had football players come and play with us, they'd be like, you just got to go hard. I'm like, you're going to hurt yourself.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's what they liked about it was like a campaign from this Toronto-based team. They were trying to recruit like American football players to build a social media following. This is like 5 years ago.
Yeah.
So they wanted to just grab as many like former college guys or former NFL guys that didn't quite make it, that had a little bit of a story. And they did like it's called The Last Tackle. It was actually pretty cool, but they did this whole thing where they brought us all over to England for trials. So we did like a 2-week trial in England where we played. It was just this ragtag group of American former football players and kind of rugby guys that maybe weren't good enough. And we played like a legit team.
Like a reality show.
Yeah. Oh, they were totally trying to build it as that. And it actually was cool. They didn't really release much of it, but they have it somewhere.
So they chose you because you have a story. And what is that story?
The story is I'm from Buffalo, and I really loved, obviously being a Bills fan my whole life, and I got a chance to play. And when it didn't work out, I just kind of became a psycho about it and just really wanted to play.
Did you?
Yeah.
You became a psycho about it?
Yeah.
In like an embarrassing way, or like
For sure, yeah. Yeah,
Like-
dude, yeah. Like, it's, yeah. But, like, now.
I actually did look up your name and it said would die.
Yeah, yeah, dude. Like, you think I don't fucking know what you're doing? Are you kidding? You think I haven't been doing comedy for fucking X amount of years? Like, people literally in roast battles, they'll fucking look up and it's just complete ammo. But at the time, you do want it. You want it more than anything. So you're gonna do.
It also
whatever.
isn't a bad story to be the guy that's like, it's Rudy. You know what I mean? It's
Oh,
like,
yeah,
it's
yeah.
like, I'm going to fucking get this.
Yeah. And if I didn't have that mentality at the start, I wouldn't have. I was a walk-on in college. I wouldn't have and a walk-on is when you're not a scholarship athlete and you just try out for the team. And most of the time they're like, fuck you. You haven't played football in X amount of years. Why would we have you on? And I'm like,
Underdog.
Because I have a lot of mental issues and I like to get them out on the field instead of in real life. So if you give me a helmet and shoulder pads, I'll do something. And then I begged them for 2 years. I begged the football coaches at the University of Buffalo to let me play, and they finally did. Like, I did sit-ins in the office. I was just in there like, let me fucking play, let me play. And they're like, no, dude, we don't give a shit. You're almost done with college. Get fucked. And I was like, all right, well, give me it. I sat there every day. And then finally they gave me a chance. And 3 days into full equipment, I was the starting fullback of the team. Yeah.
That's awesome.
I actually love that.
I love that.
I love that. And you're like, it's psycho, but it's also like, you also probably in that moment were like, oh my God, like hard work and like showing up pays off. And like, I know you guys are wrong. There's nothing better than like, you guys are wrong energy.
Yeah.
Yes. But at the end of the year, that's what it was a lot of at the banquet. A lot of the coaches were like shaking my hand as I was, we were all the seniors. Well, all the seniors, they do the banquet for you, and almost every coach is like, we wish we had you for another year. And I was like, you could have, you fucking idiots.
Yeah.
But they were a little too like cocky for the conference they were in. They didn't think they could take a walk-on guy at the University of Buffalo because they all coached at a bigger college before that. And I was like, well, you fucked up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And then how did you get into the Bills situation?
Very similar. Like, I just kept training, and then everyone in my family was like, you need to get a sales job, you psycho. Like, get with life in Buffalo. And I was like, no, I think my college coach during the season was like, I think you have what it takes. You physically could play at the next level. I don't know about, the rest of it, but you have what it takes. So I heard that, and that's when I hear that, and the dude had 2 Super Bowl rings, and the Super Bowl is when but
the commercials, I know about all about
dude,
it.
I love the Super Bowl commercials.
I don't. I hate being sold.
Oh, okay.
I'm like, I don't care if you're
But
witty
if they're
about
funny,
it.
what
No,
about if
I
they're
don't
funny?
care.
Oh, really?
I hate being sold.
Oh, okay.
Don't sell me shit.
Yeah, you're right.
I don't buy anything.
I have to be tricked
I don't buy anything
by
either.
Instagram ads.
Yeah. They're getting
That's the only
really
way.
fucking good, too.
They just know what I want, and I
Yeah.
love that about them. I always hate seeing an ad that I hate because I'm always like, don't you even fucking know me?
Yeah,
like, I
have
got
you
an
been
ad for
stalking
sickle
me?
cell. I'm like, what did I click on
Jeez.
that you think I need to know about sickle cell?
Yeah.
And then they're always like, don't take this if you're allergic to it. It's like, how the fuck would I know if I'm allergic to
Where's
it?
the sickle cell test at, dude?
Yeah,
I swear to God, the
I think
ads on
this
my
is the sickle cell test.
Oh, there you go.
The ads on my Instagram are desperate to like get to know me. I swear to God, they're like always grasping at straws as to like what I like and what I don't like, because it's been the same jacket for like 8 months because I pressed on it one time, and like now it's like everything is like, you like this jacket. It's like, you don't know who I am, and now I'm not buying the jacket out of spite. You know what I mean? Like, I
Absolutely.
love the jacket. You know, it's like,
Yeah.
I stare at the jacket. I'm like, I want the jacket so badly, but I won't give it to them.
Have you ever? I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Maybe it's a time thing because I think that they can see your face now and how you're reacting. So if you go like, like they know
LOL.
that you like the thing,
That's so funny.
even
Have
if
you
you
ever
don't like.
actually ordered something off of the?
Many times.
Yeah, don't. You have.
Many
I did it one time, and I got like a 2X jacket. I was a little bigger than I got a 2X jacket, and it was just so not what I ordered.
Bigger in muscle way or bigger in fat way?
A little bit of both.
Cool.
Yeah, but it just was not the jacket was not at all what is as advertised. And
Oh yeah, I was made out of like cardboard.
It's just they're just fucking scamming you. It's all scams. I mean, most of it.
Well,
I don't know about the
everything he
sickle cell
owns is
thing,
from
but-
The sickle cell thing might have been. Maybe I should look into it. I did
be
my
honest.
23andMe, so like maybe they like found something.
Yeah.
No, they didn't. I'm 100% European.
Okay. Did you do what did the 23andMe come back as for you?
100% European.
That's it.
Oh, 50% Irish, like 50% German, another percent somewhere else if you take some of the 50s away.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm not good with math, but that makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah.
Were you popular in high school?
No.
What were you in high school?
I was kind of I don't know. I bounced around schools a lot when I was young.
Troubled?
I wasn't troubled. I wasn't. My dad was a troublemaker. Like my first
Wait.
principal that I remember, he pulled me into the office literally day one of the new school that I went to, that my dad also went to, and he was like, "I know who your father is," and I was like, "Oh fuck."
Yeah.
And from that moment on, I didn't fuck around
Teachers
really.
love to do that. It's like,
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I
I didn't choose
I'm not
him.
him, but
Yeah.
okay.
I didn't fucking
But
choose him.
it did scare me into not. I fucked around, but like on like no one would know about it. Type fuck around.
This is in Buffalo.
Yeah.
I mean, Buffalo people are crazy to begin with.
Yeah.
They're
Have
the
you, why don't you
darkness.
tell them about the Buffalo Bills Mafia?
Oh yeah, y'all are not in. Okay, it's the drunkest fan base. Like we talked about how popular the team is. That's all there is. Like it's not all there is to do in Buffalo, but it is a religion there. People live and die by it. They're not doing well this year, so it's hard to call.
Are they
people.
ever?
They have been like for the past like 5 years. They've had like really they make the playoffs almost every year, and like they're a good team now. But for years we were just like really bad. So it just became like you went to the games and just got totally fucked up. And the fun part about going to the games was like maybe lighting yourself on fire and then jumping through a table.
Yeah.
Type wrestling move shit. Like, and it's fun. It was fun. It was good. When I was a kid, I saw a grown man throw a foot-long sub at a 9-year-old kid's head because he had a Tom Brady jersey on. That's fun.
I agree. I
That's
agree.
a good time.
I agree.
He knocked the kid. It was my dad. You know?
yeah,
And I'm
yeah.
like, yeah, great. Let's get this motherfucker. Yeah.
Let's
So-
get this motherfucker.
Yeah. Well, you're taught that as a young age that you just hate every other fan base, and you know.
That's also something that I think is a little Northeast. Like being from Massachusetts, like I remember I brought someone home to my hometown, and it was all these small towns connected to each other, and he was like, why don't you guys all just be one big town? And my grandmother was like, oh, well, we all hate each other. Like that's what it is in the Northeast. It's like, yeah, everyone who lives in this town is good. The town right next door needs to kill themselves.
Yeah,
Like, it's like
absolutely.
you hate everyone who's not a part of your thing.
Yeah.
And that's not what it's like in other parts of the country. Like people are like,
No.
we're
Oh,
going
I
over
was
here.
I know you didn't just watch, and we're not. The point isn't to bring in politics, but I was watching the debate, and one of the it doesn't matter. One of the commentators was like, I just wish we could get back to the issues. Okay, I'm so sick of all this spin talk. We need to get back to the issues about taking on the Democrats. Like, that is, yeah, great America. I'm glad we're fighting each other. Can't we just fight the Chinese?
Yeah,
It
seriously.
makes you feel when you're in a small town or like you look over and you're like, I know who I am because I know who I hate, and who I hate is the people in the town next to me.
Yeah, that's really all it becomes.
Yeah, and it's incredible, and it gives you something to live for because
That's
the
what it
winters
is.
are brutal. Okay,
Yeah,
and you
that's-
need something.
Yeah, that's what it is. Most of these places, it's just they don't have anything else. So it's like, yeah, I mean, something that gets you fired up. That's all you have. I don't know. I try to I've removed myself from it, like in a sense, because of what happened to me, which I'm starting to think about more. That as I get older, I'm like, oh, I was a diehard Bills fan my whole life, and I would have, like I said, I'm a fucking sign. I'll die for the team. Like, what a psycho. But
You're
now,
trying to do a Cinderella story.
correct.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm part of it, right? And then when that doesn't work out, now when they lose, I don't feel anything. Because in my experience, the worst thing that could ever happen to me from that team already did.
Yeah.
So I don't when people call me and they're like, God, I can't believe that they suck this year. I'm like, yeah, I can't believe it either. Like, I just,
You don't
it doesn't,
care.
no, like my dad would call me and he'd be like, oh, can you Venmo me a couple $100? I lost them, but can you believe they lost? I'm like, can you believe I lost a fucking whole contract? Like, he was calling to look for sympathy from me. And I'm like, this is crazy. This is like a year after I got cut. I'm like, holy shit, you can't even comprehend
Did you
that.
sign a 1-year contract?
No, when you sign
And you're just showing up. You're just showing up to the Bills being like, let me play.
No, I got a workout through the avenues that you would. I was in touch with an agent that was close to someone we were training at the facility I was working at, and he's like, I'll get you in front of the head of player personnel and, you know, one of their assistants. And they liked me enough during that workout. They were like, oh, shit, this guy played 1 year. We saw some of his stuff. He looks like he could help us. Their fullback was kind of like an old traditional fullback, wasn't really like, couldn't catch, wasn't as athletic. So I felt like I was like a guy that they saw they could maybe use. So they signed me, and I was not expecting that. I was like, oh, this is going to be another workout where I just get told no.
One workout?
Yeah, after one workout, they signed both of us, which was really cool. And I knew that it was going to be like a struggle. But when you sign, everyone in Buffalo knows about it. It hits the app and it hits everyone's phone, and people are losing their mind. I mean, people I haven't seen in 15 years are like, "Hey, let's hang out." I'm like, "Let's fucking not."
Yeah.
You know, I don't even remember you, but
you probably were feeling so electric when this happened.
Yeah, it was
because there had been so many people that were just like, "Stop."
Yeah.
Stop. Your dreams are over. Admit it.
My dad and my brother, like, not to be like, I love them, but like when I was still training to play, I still believed in myself, and they did not. They were like, just get a sales job with Ryan. He can get you into the company. You know, you have a college degree. Just go and do that. And I was like, no. And they're like, you're foolish. Yeah. But then after I got cut, I was like, all right, maybe they're kind of right.
So wait, you signed a how many year contract?
You sign a 3-year contract as a undrafted free agent. That's what I was. And if you make it through training camp, if you make it through the preseason, it's a long road. That's why when I signed, I was like, this is cool, but it's not likely. Like, your chances are still slim to none because they draft a bunch of guys, they sign free agents. We also got a brand new head coach. Like, I signed a contract 4 days after that. Our head coach quit the team. So like, he literally shook my hand in the locker room and said, hey, glad to have you. And then 4 days later, I see a fucking news article that says Doug Marrone walks out after 3 years coaching the Buffalo Bills. There was a clause in his contract that said he could walk out at this time with $4 million and not have any penalties and just get the fuck out. And that's what he did.
A smart guy.
Yeah, he was very smart.
He did still?
I think he's like an assistant coach or like a player position coach at another organization or a big time assistant coach. But he didn't like the direction of the team. So he was like, I'm just fucking out of here.
Yeah.
So they hired a new coach, and then he brought all his dudes from his past team, and then he had a different idea. Like, so I didn't even fit into that. Yeah. Technically, I'm making excuses for why I didn't make it.
Well, so did you get up to preseason?
No, I didn't get a chance to play in the preseason, that's what lives with me the most, I think, because like I said, in college, I was always like, give me a chance to get out there in some equipment. I have issues, and I like to use my body and anger to play, and that's what you want as a fullback, as a linebacker. You want these guys that are a little fucked up, that like just don't care about their body. That's the position.
Yeah.
And that's what I would have been. So it was frustrating to not
What
get
are these issues you keep saying?
You keep on alluding to that.
I have fucking mental issues. And if you want someone good on the team, it's like, what are these?
Well, it's anger issues. It's like human being anger issues that I think
human being. I can picture you so in like a Carhartt jacket in the winter, like knuckles bloody from beating the shit out of some guy at some shit bar.
But I know I'll go to jail.
Yeah,
so I don't
your
do
eyes
it.
are dead. You're like, pah, pah.
I've been very close in my life, but I've never done it because I saw what I was lucky enough to learn from my brother and my dad, that like they were the hotheads. Someone just bumped into them the wrong way, and they're like, "Let's fucking go." And I'm like, I don't need that shit.
You seen your dad in fistfights?
I see my dad pull a guy out of his car and put him on top of his own car hood and beat the shit out of him when I was like fucking 7.
This is why we get along. I watched my father drag someone out of an apartment building, hold him up by the throat, and just punch. I'm like, my mom's like, you're killing him, Brian. You're killing him.
That's amazing.
I was like, oh, my dad. You want to hear something crazy? My brother was driving to my grandmother's for Christmas and had a new truck. Saw my dad driving to my grandmother's, decides to get on his fucking ass. This is 2 years ago.
Oh, nice.
And my dad's car just pops into the thing, gets out of the car, starts smashing in my brother's window. And my brother rolled out his window, and he's like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Why would you do that? My brother was like, I thought it was going to be like a funny joke. Dad just tried to kick my ass because he didn't know it was me. They pull into my grandmother's house, my little, like, 10-year-old brother gets out of the car. We're like, we're glad Antonio's getting the old Brian Carlino treatment. That's good. Awesome. He needs it. You know, we thought he was going to get a softer dad. No, still jumping out of the car to fight people.
That's good.
Yeah.
Did you ever have to physically restrain your own father?
No, my dad is like a small town, stocky, strong. Like he could snap all of our necks.
Yeah, like you just don't want to. Yeah, like ranch hand type. Like
yeah.
just fucking.
He'll kill you.
Yeah.
Yeah. My dad was never. My dad told me that he can't. If he gets in a fight, then he'll go to jail because he's like lethally trained.
Oh wow.
Because like his hands are considered deadly weapons or something like that. Cool. I was like, I don't know if that's true or he just is a fucking huge pussy.
Yeah.
I wish I could fight you, but I can't because I'll kill you. Yeah. We'd be driving. He was an angry man though. One time, we were driving. It was a blizzard. I was like getting my permit, and we're going down a hill, and my dad just slams on the e-brake, and we just start going like, and I'm just going fuck. And then I eventually like got it straight, and he laughs. He goes, haha, and just punches me in the chest. He goes, don't swear.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. That's cool.
No.
I feel like all our dads. Should we get all our dads like
We should get their dads together for
Colton,
sure.
your dad kind of sounds like Steven Seagal, where he's just like,
Yeah.
I'm technically not allowed to fight you. Like in a
I
bar,
don't
he has
even
a
know if
big
that's
monologue.
true. Is that true?
I mean, I think it's true for UFC fighters. I don't know if it's true for your dad.
Airborne Ranger isn't enough?
I don't know about 60-year-old airborne ranger.
Like, because all of our dads like exaggerate and say stuff. Like my dad would tell me that he beat up Hulk Hogan when I was a kid. Like he was like told me often. So then I would go to school and I would be like, yeah, my dad beat up Hulk Hogan. And then I wondered why I got made fun of. You know?
Yeah, my dad was like actively beating up my mom's boyfriend.
So yeah, dude, that is awesome.
What?
My mom's boyfriend.
Fuck yeah.
My mom's boyfriend would like come into our house. He'd have a black eye. She'd be like, my mom would be like, he ran into your father.
I fucking love that shit, dude.
What?
No, my dad, like, he's still a fighter. Like, I remember he picked us up from school one time, and he was like, you're going to hear some shit. He was like, because I saw one of those kids who was like this 17-year-old kid who was like disrespectful to my dad at like the gas station, and he like grabbed him by the throat. Like, my dad is like, no, you don't fuck with Brian Carlino.
I just went out, I think it was last year for Christmas. We were in Nashville, and my dad was out there dancing, and he was fucking drunk, like maybe blackout, I would say so. He comes back and goes, I'm gonna fucking go fight that guy. And this guy's shoulders don't work. Like he can't lift them. And I was like, Dad, why? He goes, I can't remember why. But I fucking hate that guy.
My dad does not tell my dad, you know how they say that like people who say they're gonna kill themselves never do? That's kind of like with fighting. Like my dad's not gonna be like, I'm gonna go fight that guy. You're gonna hear that guy's skull hit the ground. Like it's gonna be like he's just gonna fight them.
Yeah, that's
it's awesome. It actually is cool.
I love that we're having this.
Yeah.
This is part of it. This is very soothing because I try and describe my dad to people, and they're like, "Yeah, we don't. My dad just works his job and comes home and shit." And I'm
no,
like,
my dad that goes to the bar that he loves and his best friend owns it, and then if someone starts talking, he'll just be like, "You're a fucking loser." Like my dad like attacks people at the bar. Like it's crazy.
Yeah, I have a crazy story that we brought up Matt Boyd. This will work. So this is 3-4 years after I moved to Nashville. I'm done with the team, blah, 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 whatever. The Bills are playing the Titans in Nashville. And no one really has come to visit me in Nashville. I moved from Buffalo to Nashville. And, of course, the first time the Bills play since I moved there, you know, my dad's like, oh, I'll come and visit. I'm like, all right. Because the Bills are playing. Yeah. I'm like, all right, cool. So, notoriously, one of the craziest Bills fans ever. He's just a fucking psycho. Matt Boyd and I are sitting in one section. My dad and his girlfriend are sitting in another section. And I have this anxiety that I can't describe to Matt before the game. And he's just like, what's going on? He's like, what's the deal? I'm like, you just don't know what's going to happen.
My
like
dad's
something,
drinking.
I'm like, something bad is going to happen.
We're in a public place with my father drinking. You have no idea what's going to happen.
And he's like,
and guess what? Neither do I.
Still waiting. Yeah. And he's
and
like, I don't.
quickly, is your dad's girlfriend, is she on edge or is she more like, woo, we're having a good time?
Yeah.
I mean, she drank too. And she was like, whatever.
But is she tough or is she like don't fight him, please stop, I don't want to fail you.
Oh no, she wasn't like that. She just like, my dad was like, she's way younger than my dad.
Nice.
So she,
Is your dad hot?
I think
so.
people
We'll
thought
have
he
to
was.
see it.
Yeah, my dad could do it. The problem is my dad could do anything.
Does
I
he
thought you were
look
going to
like
say
you?
anybody. My dad could do fucking anybody.
But that's the thing about him.
He would fuck your dad.
Yeah, will fuck anyone's dad. No, but it's like he had more talent in his pinky than any and we all knew that, but he just chose to do like fucking bad things didn't choose. He just was a fun person, so he just like fucking did it. But we knew what it was gonna.
Yeah, you justify your dad still. His fucking awful behavior.
He's crazy.
He's fun, you guys. My dad's fun. Sorry,
but so wildly talented that
Yeah.
you're just like everyone's like, why don't you use this for something good?
He's Will Hunting. Is what
right.
he is. He's the
Yeah.
Buffalo Will
No,
Hunting.
seriously, really
I
smart
think
dude.
Marky
had
Mark has played that your dad.
Yes, scholarships out of high school for academics and athletics. Like didn't go to college. Just fucking worked at a pizza shop and then became a plaster. Like just fucking stayed there and was the man, for what he wanted to be.
When you say plaster, like he's doing like plastering people's
Yes.
homes. My dad's
Yes.
a roofer.
There you go.
Yeah.
It's like part of the trade. Just
Yeah.
eat cigarettes.
Yeah,
doesn't
yeah.
That's the guy.
roofer.
But so we're at the game and I go over there at like the end of the second quarter and I walk over to their section and the usher, and I got a Bill shirt on, and the usher comes over and he's like, it's a Titans section, and he's like, do you know that guy down there in the shirt? And I was like, yeah. He's like, all right. He's like, he's getting into fight with this kid, this like young kid, like this. It's like he's like throwing popcorn at this like 8-year-old kid in like the third row. And I was like, that makes sense. It's my
How
dad.
did he find you?
Huh?
How did he find you?
The usher?
Yeah.
Because I had a Bill shirt on, and it was like a Titan. They got seats in like a Titan section, and that's just what my dad would do. He's like, we're going to fucking sit in the Titan section.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's my dad. And he's like, oh, you're Corey. He's like, my dad told him.
Yeah.
All
Just the usher.
because he was already getting in trouble, and the usher probably had come over, and he's like, sir, you have to stop throwing popcorn at this 8-year-old
My
kid.
son was let go.
And he's like
I don't actually have to do shit.
You know,
my son was cut.
He was out there at one point. Yeah, that's literally what he said.
He was out there. Is
Yeah.
so
Yeah,
good.
you know what my fucking family's going through right now?
Exactly. So I'm already like, fuck, this is gonna go bad. And then I go down there and I go, Dad, I go, just stop throwing popcorn at this kid. And he goes, he fucking started it. Like, that's exactly, and he's having a ball, and the people that are in his section, like in his row, are like actually also having fun too, because he's a fucking riot.
Yeah.
Like he's the most lovable dude. You just can't help it. So I'm like, God damn it, just don't fucking get thrown out. He's like, I'll be fine. I'll be fine. I'm like, all right. So I go back to Matt Boyd. Halftime happens. I'm like, I feel real bad. I got to go check on him. So end of the third quarter, I go back just to check and make sure. And I'm getting to his section, and his girlfriend is like sprinting this way, and I go, where's my dad? And she goes, oh, he got like ripped out of the fucking section. And then I go to the usher, comes up, he goes, oh yeah, your dad was like, they like tried to arrest him, and they took him all the way out, and he pushed a cop and then just ran down towards Broadway, and they can't find him. And I was like, that's perfect. That's exactly what I want right now.
Yeah.
So Matt Boyd and I look for him for 3 hours after the game. A whole 3 hours. We're going all around the stadium. We look at every drunk tank. We look everywhere. Can't find him. So finally we're like, fuck it. Go back to the parking lot that they were tailgating at, and his girlfriend's there. And then the usher that was at the thing is walking my dad from like a football field away, walking him over. My dad's shirt's ripped, bloodied fucking knuckles. And I run up and I go, and the first thing my dad said to me, he goes, did they win? I was like, you're a fucking maniac, dude.
And the usher's on his side.
The usher's totally on his side. Of course, the usher goes, I saw
I
him.
knew, that's why I said good guy. I thought your dad was like, that's a good guy right here.
The usher goes, I go out and have a couple drinks after the game just to, relax. He's like, I saw your dad fucking down there, and I grabbed him and brought him back.
What? And did he explain his bloody knuckles?
I didn't need any explanation.
Beat the shit out
He
of
fought a
someone.
cop
Yeah.
and fucking got away with it. And my dad's a convicted felon. So like that's where the whole thing is like, why are you getting this close to going back to jail forever, dude?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
come on, man.
What does your dad think of gay people?
My dad, for joke's sake, would always make a gay joke and not care, and that's why I probably have done the same.
Yeah.
But
Hey,
also,
we've done it too.
of course,
Hey.
because yeah.
He's
like,
hey, are you still doing it?
I think.
Are you saying
I think if it's.
behind our back?
I think if it's.
When's the behind our back?
When's the last
lot.
time you said it?
It was a joke quoting him. So
We
like
say it on the
yesterday.
podcast.
What was the podcast?
No.
No, what was the joke? What was
His voice.
Well,
cracked.
here's the thing. The joke is that the last time I called my dad, he's like so manly and tough that like I was trying to tell him something very important. It was like the last time I talked to him, and 30 seconds into this phone call, he just like, I gotta go dog the bounty hunters on, and he hung up the phone. Like, and that really was true. And it was like the episode after his wife died or whatever, so it was pretty important. But
I thought he was.
I was like, I get it, dude.
Oh, I thought you
that
were
was-
using it as a verb. I gotta go dog the bounty hunter on you.
Oh no, I gotta go dog the show, dog the bounty hunters.
Okay,
It's pretty important.
And that's I'm sorry, but that's really. And I was like, fucking hey, all right. So I don't like call him anymore. So I just try and text him now. But he never really responds to my text because he died last year. So that's the part of it that's like
He's
I'm
dead.
working out, but I still text him. He is dead, but I still
Okay.
text him. Don't. It's fine. I don't.
I go.
How'd he die?
We'll get to that.
Well, how'd he
But
die?
How'd he die?
Actually, at the Bills game, no. No.
Are we being okay? Go.
We can be whatever. I don't. But
I
How'd he-
can't believe he's gone before I could see him in person.
Yeah,
I'll show you pictures.
He suggested we should get our fathers together.
yeah, I was trying
It's
to.
kind of crazy. We'll probably get our dads together, and it's like yours
trying
is
to-
dead.
Yeah, I was trying to. I was trying to set up a fucking punch, but it
Yeah.
didn't
Oh
really
wow.
work.
Yeah.
We just kind of
moved.
moved past that point, so
Yeah.
I was like, all right, well, that's over. But now we
But
can
you're just
talk about it again.
You're just keeping it all in, huh? Maybe that's why you have anger issues. Just keeping
Well,
it
it's
all
part
in.
of it, yeah.
Are you close with your brother?
We used to be closer.
And the Bills kind of separated you.
Well, yeah. He's like, are you still upset about that? Like, get over it.
Are you still upset about it?
No.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah.
Well, how could you? My question to people that would say like, can't you just get over it? I'm like, how could you get that close to something you've dreamt about since you were a kid and wanted to become? And
I'm
then
on your
just-
side. I think
Yeah.
that's great. I do have a question. When I saw that quote, I would die for another chance at the Bills. Who did you say that to?
Who?
Yeah.
I mean, I just put it on a sign. And I stood outside the stadium in like a blizzard, and like was like, let's fuck. And I wanted all the coaches to see me.
Oh, you're crazy, girl.
And did they like that?
Oh, you're crazy.
A couple of them did, yeah.
She's crazy, girl.
Oh yeah, I went full nuts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they were, but
And how did they react to
but,
that?
Yeah, they said no.
Well, the crazy part is this gets crazier. The head coach, who was Rex Ryan at the time, he would go to this taco joint across the street from my house, and I didn't know the apartment I was living in, and I didn't know that until like, I don't know, a week before. Anyways, I see his truck there. He has a gigantic jacked up truck. It's wrapped in Bill's shit. It looks ridiculous. I'm like, oh shit, he goes to this place. So I'm coming home from a workout one day. I'm all fired up. I'm pissed off that I just got cut a couple weeks back. And I'm like, I'm just going to fucking have a conversation with him. No big deal. Him and his brother stumble out. His brother was also a coach on the team. And I go, they walk out, and they're both a little hammered. And I didn't know that at first, but I'm just fucking pissed off. And I walk up to him, and I'm like, hey, you know who I am? And he's like, yeah. I go, for 10 minutes, I literally tell them what the team meant to me. I'm from here, blue collar, all the shit that, you know, in that region. It's why we
You're
love.
doing your reality American Idol. This is why I
1
deserve
million
it.
%.
This is helping you.
Yes. Yeah. And I did believe that I deserved a chance to be in football equipment.
Yeah.
That was my big sell. I was like, the first week in pads, if you guys don't think that I belong out here, then fucking tell me to go. That's what I kept telling him. Like, just tell me to go. But I guarantee you, physically, I was one of the strongest guys on the team. I had been fucking training my ass off for years for that moment. I was like, I will physically be one of the best players you have out here. And after that whole spiel, his brother was also drunk, and he's like, we got to get this guy out here. He's a psycho. Like, that's what he said to me. And then he shook my hand, and he's like, we're going to get you back on the team at some point. And I kept getting like messages from my agent being like, yeah, they're talking about it. We're working on some stuff. And I was still in contact with one of the other coaches that was like, yeah, we're working on it. I think now looking back, they were probably like, we got to fucking make sure this guy doesn't do something real crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably a little bit of that.
We're
but
working on it. Don't
Yeah,
kill
yeah, yeah.
yourself.
But also there was a friend of mine who worked at the stadium who would go in and like he did security, so he had to check all the offices. And at the main board where they had all their draft picks, all their players, he's like, your name was always the next guy in at that position. He's like, it stayed there like the whole year. And he wouldn't bullshit me. I was like, are you fucking with me? He's like, no, I swear to God. He's like, I patrol that every night just as security. He's like, your name is up there. So I knew that it wasn't bullshit, but never signed me, never got me back on the team.
Damn.
Yeah, so.
So what's the craziest thing you did other than the sign that says I would die? Which, by the way, I wish we had a picture of.
Oh, there's totally pictures. There's pictures of it on the internet. Yeah, I used to try and do it.
It's my new Instagram profile picture.
Okay, wait, Corey. Now, does it piss you off when you watch like those motivational movies, like Invincible or?
No, Invincible came out when I was in high school, and I loved that. Even before I ever played college football, I was like, I love movies like that, and I think that shit's fantastic. No, just the way college football is now, and all the shit bothers me, and everyone's just gambling. It just doesn't mean anything. That bothers me more than motivational movies.
Interesting. I think there's a lot of stories like yours, but with love, you know?
Yeah.
And you get told, no, I'm not into it. And then they're 60 years later, and they're like, and I love him more than ever. Do you think that's appropriate?
Yeah, what do you like? Do you have any CTE issues?
Someone sent me the funniest thing ever. My buddy is a comedian. He goes, hey, he just messaged me on Instagram. He's like, hey, do you write your own jokes? He's like, or do you use chat CTE? And I was like, yeah, probably. That was pretty good. I probably have some, there's no question. I was in a car accident when I was like 5 years old. That was pretty gnarly, and I had a concussion. So that was like the first one. I've had multiple. Like, I didn't care about my body when I played. So yes, I probably have some shit that's going to catch up with me later on, which is kind of why I'm glad that I'm not still playing a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you can now, and also comedy is at the end of the day, not the Bills. But
right. Yeah.
But it's a pretty good
People are like,
second.
what would you rather do? I'm like, I don't know. Maybe make millions of dollars potentially right away.
As I was
or
saying, I was gonna be like, well, comedy's. I was gonna say cooler, and then I was like, I can't even legally say that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I think it's more fulfilling in the long run.
For sure.
Will be hopefully, but overall, you're when you're from the town that you get. There's just nothing better.
Yeah.
So it's always funny when people are like, really, you're not over that yet? I'm like, I am, but like you couldn't even comprehend what that feels like.
Of course, it's like it's not gonna be like, oh well, you will die. With a little bit of of like, I could have been on the Bills.
Yeah,
and that's okay.
Should I do that to Michael Lauren?
I think so. I think if you want something bad enough, you have to kind of be a little bit insane about it. Like, I don't know. I think about people that are brilliant in their whatever field they're in or whatever they're doing. There's obviously a little level of their fucking holy shit. That's all this person wants.
Yeah.
Well, you are a little psycho about comedy, which is what I like about you.
Thank you.
Because we were talking one day, and I was like, Corey knows what's up. Because we were just kind of saying that like how many people are like, oh, the audience is bad or this or that, and it's like, and I think you have the same mentality of like, do you not want to be the best? So many comics are like, well, I couldn't even be the best. I'm like, well, not with that mindset. You know, like, a lot of people don't believe in themselves. And what I like about you, believing in themselves.
I just watched a Little Richard documentary, and I'm like, oh, I'm changing my perspective.
What's your perspective now? What are you changing it to?
I think I was like, I'll probably be pretty good, and I don't know what that looks like, and I'll probably never be, beloved by millions. And then I'm like, no, everyone else just doesn't get the joke yet, and as soon as they do, I'm fucking in.
Oh, I have my whole time been like, please. I call my siblings. I'm like, please prepare yourself. Like people are going to call and like try to get money from us, and like the answer is no. Like I'm like already. I'm thinking of different. I have like plans to like how I'm going to lock down and say no. Like the minute I get famous, new phone number. No one from my high school can get in touch with me.
Yes.
Like I need to like. You can't have money. I already have like things I'm going to say to my family. Like I already have money that I'm going to give to my family in my mind. That and like a speech of like, do not ask for more. You know what I mean?
This
like,
is it. Yeah.
This is it. Yeah.
And how did your dad die?
Wow. That's we're gonna really quick before we get to that. Do you feel like there's a point where there's a level of you're so confident in yourself as a comedian, and it's like almost cringy, or like people that aren't there but they believe they're there, versus like your own personal inner, like, I know I can do it. It's gonna take a little bit, and I have to like work towards it.
Well, one, I want to say that when I talk like this is very new. I've always talked like this, but only to myself, or I was like, whatever. And I am kind of, when I say to other people, being like, okay, let's reel it back. Let's not let everybody else hear this. You know what I mean? Like, it is crazy.
Yeah.
But no, I think you can also be like, if your mindset is I'm going to be the greatest, is like, yeah, you're not there yet. I'm not like I'm the greatest right now, but I'm like, give me 20 years. I mean, it's going to be a big deal.
If you don't start to think like that in your own journey, you won't get to any point that you're going to land at. It's kind of the thing.
I think so, because you'll give yourself, you're like, well, actually, I don't have to work today because I'm not going to make it anyways.
Right. Yeah, you'll just start giving up on yourself.
Yeah, you're like, actually, I'm the greatest and I have to show up today.
This is going to sound so stupid, and I'm sure hundreds of people have already said this, but it's with running, because I run every single day.
Nice.
And while I'm running, I really envision success. And like, and I have conversations with people that whatever, like it's like blah, 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 and I can run so fast. And the minute I start getting negative or starting to feel shame or anything bad, I physically feel myself slowing down, if not like starting to walk. And then I'm like, my body will hurt more. And I'm like, oh my God, like this is like such an analogy for life of like, if you constantly are thinking positively, like you're gonna go so much farther.
I hate football coaches mostly. Sorry to anyone, but
I don't think I don't think that's us.
Well, what they've
I love them,
but
but if you're here, sound off.
They've become like just fucking used car salesmen, like not real like leaders as far as I've seen. It's just becoming this thing. Anyways,
you looking for like a Ted Lasso? You want someone to like build young men?
I've had some really great football coaches and coaches over the years that have taught me amazing things about life, and I always love when that happens. But then I've had ones that just fucking ruined it all because they were just dickheads and they didn't care about people. But I had a coach in high school who would do something very similar. At the beginning of every season, he would bring up the smallest guy on the team or whoever, and he would say, hold out your arm. And he'd say to yourself, I'm strong and I'm capable 10, 15 times over and over again. And then he'd say, hold your arm out, and he'd try and push his arm. And then he'd go, all right, close your eyes, say I'm weak and I'm incapable 10 to 15 times. And then he'd just fucking literally put it right down. And he's like, there was literally a mind-muscle connection that happened, and he proved it to us every single year. And he was one of the greatest coaches I've ever had.
I swear to God, it's so real.
It's weird,
and
but it's
when
real.
I'm working out and I feel like I want to stop, I'm like the CIA, or I'm like the
CIA?
Yeah.
I think it was the CIA said that you can do, or like 17 times more. When you feel like you want to stop, you can do it like 17 times more.
Yeah. The crazy part is, how do you get that into comedy? Because it's just you're not physically, you know what I'm saying? Like for comedy, I'm always like, how do I get these fucking things? Like I'm very physically, like I can push through stuff, pain, whatever it is. Like for comedy, it is more of a mental game. It's more of a week after week, time.
Do you
after
write
time,
every
show,
day?
show. Yeah.
Okay, right.
Yeah,
I
that's
don't.
what you do.
Yeah.
You do.
I don't.
You don't write, but you talk.
Yeah, but that's not the same thing. I am trying to figure out. I'm like, I have to like figure out a process to just to get more material faster. But yeah.
I think you have to live a lot. I think sometimes comics will just do too many shows, too many mics, and then like your shit kind of gets stale because you're not experiencing things that the audience is experiencing, so you don't have that connection.
I called a friend last night. I was like, I could go out and do whatever, and then I was like, but my cup is like not full. He was like, do you want to come over and watch a holiday movie? And I was like, yeah. And I did that, and I woke up today being like, I feel great. I feel like I have ideas.
Yeah. Yeah, you do. You're 1,000% right. You have to live a little. I started comedy late. I started when I was 28, so I'm like, I have things to talk about. I talk about my experience in England. I talk about playing sports a little bit. I talk about, whatever. But I couldn't imagine starting at like 18 and just being like, oh, I'm going to talk about life.
Well, you start talking as you imagine a comedian starts. Like I started at 18.
That's crazy.
And I was like, oh, I'm not even a Jimmy anymore on stage. I'm just like, I started talking like Seinfeld. I would get up there and I'd be like, I have 5 siblings.
How old were you when you started?
I did improv for 3 years.
Stand-up.
What?
Stand up.
26.
Real comedy.
Really?
I'm just kidding. I love improv.
I think some improv isn't real, but I was in LA doing UCB. I feel like.
Oh, that's legit.
Yeah. I'm not like, I want improv, but I'm like, stand-up's just different.
It is completely different, but other than the writing,
Yeah.
set up punchline, stuff like that. Yeah. You've heard of it. How'd your dad die?
Monkeypox, actually, which is crazy.
No.
Oh my God. I literally got excited. I go, oh my God, there's gay in the family. There's gay in the family.
And it runs
you asked
in
me
the family.
how my dad thought about he was open. He didn't fucking care about
No, he asked.
Yeah, but okay, whatever.
I didn't care.
You didn't care. You didn't give a shit.
No,
No,
I knew what he felt.
he was.
Anger.
There's nothing better than
He did
telling a
feel
hard
angry.
Northeastern man that he's handsome. I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
They're always
He's a great
like,
looking
shut
guy.
the fuck up.
Yeah, every girl I've ever dated is like, "Oh, your dad's not bad looking." I'm like,
Oh,
"Fuck you."
That's awesome.
It's really cool, but I have to worry. You know, I have to be like, "Well, I got to."
Because your dad would fuck her.
Got to keep an eye on this bastard. But no, he never did anything like that. The craziest thing he did though was he did his girlfriend that was at the game. She was like 12 years younger than him, and she lived next door to us.
Mm-hmm.
And this is crazy, but he got out of prison and we all moved in together. My mom, my dad, him, my brother, and we were like a happy family again from like not living together for like years.
Yeah.
But they didn't, I got to give backstory before I tell you how he died.
Okay.
But like, that was like the closest we had become to a family. And this was in like 9th grade. And then there was like a really hot, like, next door neighbor that like my brother and his friends who were in college were trying to get with, and my dad and my mom started having issues again, and my dad just like
I'll go fuck her.
fucking just went over there.
Dude, lucky her.
It's crazy.
I'm like dying.
It was
to know what
crazy.
your
That-
dad looks like.
I know, that is-
I
It was
literally-
crazy. Oh, he could do anything.
That is a movie. That is a fantasy. That is on both sides.
Do you have a picture of him on your phone?
Yeah, I'll try and. I mean, he looked rough in his later years.
Do you look like you?
I think a little bit. A lot of people. My favorite thing is
Hey,
when I
hey,
post a picture.
We're in.
You son of a bitch, I'm in.
Yeah. Hey,
That's
we'll
really
look at the
funny.
picture, but the answer
Yeah, I
is
think-
yeah.
Even if it kind of looks like you.
And I think
It's like a mosaic of you.
don't know.
We're in.
it's crazy because my mom had fun too when she was younger.
Yeah.
And that's part of their issue and their story. So it's like, sometimes I was like, I don't really think like everyone in my family. Maybe I was fucking someone else's seed. But no, we definitely resemble each other. Every time I post a picture now, like some of his friends will comment on me, like, you look just like your dad. And I'm like, oh, thanks.
What about your brother? What's up with him?
Him and I look very similar. He's just a little shorter than me. But we look the same. He's a stocky Italian, strong looking dude.
Still works.
Yeah.
Still works. The pasta doesn't need to be
Can I ask you a
pasta.
question? Are you looking for a picture? Or are you looking for the hottest picture of your dad?
I'm going to show you this one. No, I'll show you that one. I'll show you that one.
And can we post this?
Yeah, I don't give a shit.
Well, I mean, like, how
Oh, yeah.
a nice way to memorialize your dad.
Yeah,
Yeah, my
and
dad-
also like, how'd he die? Like, what is it? I feel
don't
like
tell him like 3 years,
uncomfortable.
3 years later. Every time Colton comes up to me, he's like, "How did he die?"
How
I
did he
just like
die?
I feels like a little like
Can
I was like maybe
can
he
we
doesn't want
guess?
to talk about it.
Is it
but then he
disrespectul
doesn't-
to guess?
He partied a lot. Let's just say that.
I was going
Heart
to say
attack.
cirrhosis.
I thought it was gonna be a heart attack.
Yeah, he really had a fun life, man. He had a great time. And here, I'll show you the three of us, me and my dad and my brother. How about that?
Yeah.
Is that your dad in the
It's my dad. Yeah.
Wait. Which one's you?
Right there.
I look
That's
different.
so funny. I was like, that'll work too.
Yeah. We're into your dad.
Yeah. Could you send that to
He
Jimmy?
screenshotted it on my phone. So send that to me.
Send that to Jimmy.
Oh
Yeah.
my god. And so, have you ever done anything gay?
No.
Good for you.
No.
They always remember that guy that
I mean,
was in the NFL and he was drafted onto some team and he
Michael
was
Sam.
gay. Yes.
Yeah.
And everyone's like, it's gonna be a distraction in the locker room. That's the biggest problem. Do you think gay sex would be distracting?
No, not at all. I think that'd be just people banging in the locker room. I think
Yeah.
that'd be no. It's interesting because obviously gay stuff happens in locker rooms constantly.
Yeah.
And it's part of being a person that's in a locker room with some. Like I think about it as
Part
in
of
like
the deal of being in a locker
Well,
room is that gay
hey,
sex
even
is happening.
You're in here. Hey, you're in here.
every sport is different, and I think that's an interesting thing to talk about. Like baseball players, very quirky gay activities happening. Rugby also in a way, like just like it could be silly, it could be some
To me,
dudes
rugby
are.
is the gayest one. Like the
is.
players are the most like, oh, we're touching each other's dicks,
Yeah.
but it's a joke.
Hockey,
Yeah.
too. Hockey too.
Hockey
yeah.
also, like
I would love a hockey boyfriend.
I would
It
like
means nothing.
Basically-
I
Get
would
in
like
the
to do a
basket,
series
bro.
where I could go through a week and every day was a different sport.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and is football's the least gay?
Well, yeah, but there were still like gay moments. Like there was initiation for a team that I was playing for, where like one dude on the team had like he had a fucking and he would get it,
hard.
Yeah,
you can talk about it.
You guys,
are you?
I'm just trying to see how much you guys know.
How uncomfortable are you with the word penis?
I'm just trying to see how. Look,
erect is the word you're looking for.
Yeah.
Hard is
this
another
dude
word.
was throbbing,
Okay.
right? And he would stand in the doorway before the showers, and he would just have it out, and you had to like walk by it like a turnstile to get into the showers. It's like initiation.
What?
Yeah.
Wait, so he just got a hard dick, and then you had to like touch
and it was hilarious.
Everyone had to touch his hard dick.
Yeah, you'd have to go through the fucking and just fucking come back.
Did you slap it?
No, I did.
What is this, like 10 inches?
It was. I don't know, man. I'm not good with the.
Yeah.
But I did.
It was about a mouthful.
I did one of these. I did a fucking limbo.
Yeah. Pretty cool.
That's awesome. Yeah. Wow.
Some dudes would pee on other dudes.
I don't like that.
Yeah. And it would be funny because you'd be just talking to a dude, right? Like you're showering and talking about practice or the game or whatever. And then the one dude would he would just do this and turn his dick to the side and just be peeing on another guy behind him and at another shower thing. And the other guy wouldn't really know, and he'd still be talking. He'd still be talking to you, which I thought was fucking hilarious. Like, so there's super funny stuff that happened. I thought that was
it sounds like assault, but
totally.
Yeah. That must be confusing to be in that locker room and then go out in the real world. I think that's why I'm uncomfortable in a locker room, is because I know what gay is, and then the boys will be doing something else, and I'm like, we on?
Let me tell you something. I am so respectful because I know the position I'm in a bathroom and in a locker room, which is I'm a double agent. You know what I mean? It's like I shouldn't be in here. You know what I mean? And that's why if I walk into a bathroom and there's no dividers in the at the urinals, I'm gonna see myself to the stall, okay? Because I know what I want to do, okay? And it's look.
Right.
Oh yeah.
Everyone looks though.
Everyone does look. You're right. Yeah.
They look down the dick.
Yeah, they're looking.
I'm scared to look because I'm like, this guy will kill me if I look.
No, I see them looking. But the thing is, I want this is the thing that I'm working on, because I know I'm going like, it's okay that they're looking, and you can give them a head nod. I'm working on the head nod. I haven't given it to anybody yet.
Wow.
You could say,
looking? You guys are looking?
Do you know what straight men?
You guys are fucking looking.
Wait, Dylan. Do you know what straight men love to do? Is when you go to the urinal, you just turn to the guy to your right or left, and you go, "Nice watch."
Yeah, that's good. That's
Has
subtle.
that happened?
Yeah.
I'm doing like mental math to even start peeing. I'm so
Yeah.
scared.
I'm usually going, I'm okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I would think in like a communal, like when you played rugby, would you guys shower after together?
Mm-hmm.
I would always think that would be an interesting perspective for someone who was gay, who maybe liked someone on the team, whatever, because you immediately have a teller.
No, you have to compartmentalize.
Right. Because if not, you're just like,
because you also at that age I didn't want to be outed.
Right.
So then I had to pretend like that it wasn't that I didn't even like showering.
Right.
Yeah, like it's so huge to be like, I'm not gonna shower.
Yeah. Okay, guys, get in there together, queers.
Yeah. I like wouldn't even shower at the gym to this day.
I do.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I'm working on it. I'm working. Next
You know
step,
what, though?
head nod.
If I had a ripped body, I'd probably be out there.
What wouldn't you do if you had a ripped
Honestly,
body?
when I get my ripped body, which is coming the next year, is that like I'm gonna do everything. It's gonna be scary.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited for that. And I do have to ask one fucking it's cirrhosis.
How did he die? Did he die of cirrhosis?
No, he was, his heart wasn't doing good at the end. Like I would go home and I'd be like, Dad looks 5 years older than the last time I saw him 3 months ago, because he still was just living. He was living, so it was a heart thing.
Yeah, my dad has a pretty bad heart thing too.
Yeah.
Last segment we have 2 segments. One is, do you have any questions for us?
It was on the last thing that we just talked about. Like, do you guys think that, let's say a dude going into the shower that's on a team or whatever, if he fluffs up a little bit, slaps it around. Do you think that, because I thought about it, I was like, is that a gay tendency to think I have to have?
No. I think it's actually
it's
the
more like a
straightest
masculine
thing. I think
thing
it's the
to be like,
straightest
I
thing.
can't.
To be like, I hope everybody thinks my dick is big.
Right,
It's like,
right.
Also,
why do you care what they think?
Right.
Men at the end of the day also want to be respected by other men.
Yes.
So that's especially straight men. It's like really actually embarrassing. Like, it's like they're constantly like want the approval of other straight men, and so to have like a nice dick and have a straight guy say to you while you're straight like, hey, nice hog.
Yeah.
It's like that's everything for them.
That's everything.
That's all you could. It is. That's everything for them.
Yeah, they can. Yeah, they're like, I don't need to do anything. Yeah,
it's like,
good.
what about you? Think I care about my job? No,
right.
You know,
I care about my dog.
We spend hours in the back of the creek flirting with straight men. I mean, hours. And guess what? They love it. Like they love attention from anything. So yeah. They're desperate. They'll take anything they can get.
Where did the obsession come from? Do you think with the male genitalia, with our own obsession with it, and how like
I think women being like.
I think it was
small.
like as a kid you didn't go through puberty, so you looked and you're like, oh, I'm small. I'm small, and then women are fucking mean.
Well, yeah, the way that it's become,
so
the way it's become,
even if you don't do something, they're like, I bet he has a small dick.
Oh,
you're
yeah,
like,
yeah.
Shut the fuck.
Yeah, if you were like, and you could lose 20 pounds, it's like all of a sudden you're the one that's an evil bitch. That's my friend.
I think
my
like
friend.
My friend says things
even
like that.
evolutionarily though, like, is there something there? I've always thought about that, is like how it is like transcended into something, because it's obviously not just because.
Well, it's so cool to have a huge one.
Right.
It's so cool.
Right.
Well,
right.
The best
reason
thing that can happen
why
is find out one of your friends has a huge dick.
Right.
You know,
when everyone was naked, like before the clothing, they'd be like, "That guy knows what he's talking
And
about."
I'm
Look at
friends
his
with
dick.
it.
So
I'm friends with that guy.
I'm friends with the guy.
that dick.
Yeah.
Have you ever read Sex at Dawn?
No.
There's like a full chapter on that was like basically a woman would have sex with many partners, basically like gang rape, basically, and so the penis is a pump, and so it's actually like the head is shaped that way to like really like create suction to suck out the other cum.
Wow.
Yeah, so the bigger your dick was, it didn't matter if you were stronger, faster, whatever. If you had a big dick, you're more likely to get the cum in.
Oh yeah, you have a better rate of success to carry on lineage and whatever.
And now we're educational, but we're all in our last segment.
Yeah, we are in our last segment.
If you were a gay man, just in a hypothetical situation, would you rather have sex with Dylan or me?
That's the question. By the way, the whole podcast is kind of wrapped around this one question.
Yeah,
really,
and it's really
it's very
separate.
important.
It's also important detail is that I'll be bottoming and he'll be topping.
Okay. But we're also both really into oral.
Oh.
And no one's feelings get hurt.
Perfect. Okay. Well, I mean, if I was to go and be fully into it,
yeah.
You just are. It's not an if.
Yeah, I'm just saying. Like, I would like personally. I think I'd like to do both. I'd like to have both of you guys.
No,
do you get that question so much? It's annoying.
Together. We don't work together like that.
We will not be in the same room while that's happening.
I'm not even joking. I was thinking about this the other day. No.
It's actually disgusting.
I'm not
It's
joking.
fucking gross, dude. That's the grossest.
You want sisters to be in the same room.
Literally, I was thinking the other day, I go, I have more sexual tension with every single one of my female friends than I do with Colton. Like literally there are friends where I'm like Colton's like, it's like negative. It's crazy.
Yeah. It's just very motherly.
I've never, past life. This is like past life stuff.
Has everyone answered the question?
What? No. Yeah.
No, the question that you guys asked me.
Yeah, you have to answer. Or
Everyone.
Or your episode doesn't get released.
Yeah.
We're fucking blackmailing you, just so you know. God.
If I was a gay man, I want both. Of course you do.
Yeah.
Well, that's
a problem.
That's actually the yeah. I'm thinking the horniest thing. God, I gotta fucking see.
By the way, I'll say this: the more you deliberate, it seems like you're hiding the fact that you're actually gay. So I would just pick an answer
because it also,
just go with your gut.
I'm gonna go smoke that Black and Mild. No. I think I'd be into taller guys. I think I would. I think if I was I'm not saying I would be.
I am 6 foot. It's fine.
Yeah, we're both. I was about to say, we're both over 6
but
feet.
he's a little taller.
Yeah, he is.
I think if I was gay, I'd be like,
oh yeah, it's not that you want to get fucking railed.
Are you sure?
Well, we got our answer. We got our answer.
It's because he's tall fucking me, not short fucking you.
Also, who doesn't love a good fucking blowjob? I mean, that's
you're getting one in both ends, so it's not.
That's his
really
specialty. That is his specialty. He has a specialty.
No, it is on both of our player cards. We both have above 90 on each one.
Okay, that's good.
That's
Right.
so funny. Well, thank you so much for doing the podcast. Do you want to plug anything?
No, I just my social media, I guess.
Cool.
Just Corey J. Knox on Instagram.
Corey J. Knox, very funny, hilarious.
Thank you.
Awesome. Colton Dowling. I don't know when this is coming out, but
Neither do I. Please like and subscribe and like comment on the YouTube videos, and that would be really helpful.
Yeah, and we'll answer you. You
Well,
won't
if
be
you ask
talking
a
in a void.
question, we'll answer it.
Yeah. Well, thank you very much. I've been Colton Dowling.
Don't
Jimmy.
come, Jimmy.
Peace.
Jimmy.
Love you.
Thanks.
Bye.